Coach McDermott, what was your message to this team, especially with all the adversity faced throughout the year and ending the season in the second round?
Just thank them for, their togetherness, their unity, the way they've been connected, especially when we got off to the rough start. It's the reason we were playing in this game today. Our leadership is incredible, from Sammy's selflessness to, Jamiah growing and becoming the player that he became, and the improvement from November till now is incredible for a one-year guy. And Steven and Kalk have just been rocks. They're everyday guys. Their teammates know what to expect from them. They leave it all out there all the time, and they really care about that name on the front of their jersey, and that's becoming harder and harder to accomplish in our sport with each passing day.
What kind of legacy has Ryan Kalkbrenner left here at Creighton?
As I told him in the locker room, it's not about the points he's scored, the games he's won, winning the most NCAA tournament games of anybody that's ever worn a Creighton uniform. It's about how he's done it and about who he is. And I don't think there's a greater legacy that you could ask for. He's in this age of self-promotion and everything's about a transaction. Not often you have a guy that doesn't have an agenda for himself, especially someone as talented that has accomplished what he has. Usually those guys are posting pictures of themselves on social media, and the only brand Ryan Kalkbrenner cares about is Creighton, and that's all he's ever cared about. And because of that, he's made me a hell of a coach the last 5 years.
Mac, what was the difference in this one tonight?
That 5-minute stretch in the second half, we just couldn't get a basket. And, we set out to, try to make sure that it wasn't Broom and Kelly that beat us. And, to their credit, if you'd have told me what their numbers were and that we'd shoot almost 50% from the field and 45% from the three-point line, I told you we're going to win. But they had guys step up. Pettiford was outstanding. Jones was outstanding. Baker Mazzara was, made some tough shots. And, they only had 11 assists on 30 baskets. So our defense, except for some mistakes at the rim, our defense forced them into some of the shots we wanted them to take. But, they're so talented, and they've beat some teams really bad, some really good teams throughout the season. And the fact that, we were able to go toe-to-toe for, 30 minutes or so was credit to our guys.
Jamiah has talked about how he became a man here at Creighton. What did you see from him and his growth and how you believed in him?
Yeah, I mean, you at some point you decide to give yourself to the group, and when Jamiah did that, he found that he was welcomed with open arms by all of his teammates, and they really appreciate who he is. They let him be himself. He's kind of got a goofy, funny sense of humor that I think we all enjoy. But not many one-year players. You can look across the country, guys that come in for 1 year, while they might have numbers. I can't imagine one has improved as much as Jamiah has from November to March. And because of that improvement, I'm standing here talking to you with a chance to go to the Sweet 16 earlier tonight. So he's been terrific. He's done everything we've asked him to do, and it made me really proud to see his comments from yesterday that he really feels like he's going to be a Blue Jay forever.
What have you seen from some of the younger guys that will be back next year, that maybe how they've grown throughout this season, and apart from Kalk and Steven and those guys laying that culture into them?
Yeah, I mean, culture's everything, and it's becoming harder and harder to duplicate because of the world we're living in. But my hope is, these returners, Jason, Fred, Isaac, Ty, Shane, Jackson, they understand what it takes to be successful and what you have to do to be an everyday guy. And I think in Jackson's case in particular, his hard work throughout the season, the strides that he's made, the improvements that he's made, Ty, playing really well in New York City in the opening round, Jason having a huge game against UConn, and then Jackson playing well against St. John's, and then both games in the NCAA tournament. Hopefully that gives you a lot of momentum going into the off season, and that was fun. That's proof enough that my hard work is paying off. So I want to get back in the gym and I want to get after it.
You've talked about how much of a joy it's been to coach this group. When you look back on this years down the road, what are you going to remember about this group in this season?
Gratitude. As I told them, I have some teams that I've coached at Creighton and I've coached at Wayne State and Northern Iowa that are still really connected today. 30 years later for some of the guys from Wayne State. And I really believe that this team's going to be like that. A couple decades down the road, I think they're still going to be in touch because I think there was a bond that was formed that was real. People throw the word family around a lot, and I don't know that it's real everywhere, but I know it was real with this group. And it's what made it so enjoyable to go to practice every day and be part of the preparation. Their eyes were wide open. They tried to help one another and did it in a really positive way. So this was a incredibly gratifying season for me because we maybe weren't the most talented team that we've had here, but in terms of being together and not having an ego and doing whatever you were asked to do, they just kept stepping up time after time after time, and that's why we were able to have a great season.
Yeah, every year with every team is so different. How much are you enjoying coaching right now with this specific group and then moving forward with the young guys you got?
Yeah, I love coaching this group. Like I said, I enjoyed it every single day. They're fun to be around. It's, we laugh a lot. We make fun out of ourselves. We make fun out of each other. Yet we get our work done, and that makes my job very enjoyable and a lot of fun. So, obviously we've got some work to do in the recruiting world, and the portal opens Monday. So, we got to get with some of our guys that are returning and then get busy to put a team together for next year.